a really great mix of people in the room. So you had people who have customers who buy from them all the time. So, Simon Holloway, who runs VeggiePot and has been for 10 years, he put in place some steps really early on that helped to develop loyalty. And although he was also late to today, driving people around, he said it was a really interesting sort of this idea of going back and seeing how he can capitalize on it. And he's already thinking about which is most important. Does he nurture the people who are already cult fanatics, I think were his exact words. And they've just kind of become that. And he only because he built it properly from the start. Or should he go and chase after the people who are like, yeah, we buy from you, whatever, kind of thing, like which ones should we chase after? So I thought that was really interesting. We were really lucky to have Aubrey Sonberg in the room. So, and Aubrey's got that really deep interest around human economics and human behavior and knows quite a lot about loyalty anyway. Even although a lot of this was new for all of us. It wasn't so much for Aubrey, but I really loved how he spoke about how much he enjoyed the move towards qualitative trends, and he felt that was just so on the mark, and he still got quite a lot out of today in terms of the emphasis on less. I hope I've captured that right, Aubrey, and the emphasis on less friction, so people don't want to carry around plastic and cards with them all the time. They just want it to be as nice and easy as possible. So he really enjoyed that and added great value to our group. Barbara, Anywhere Travel, of course, travel has such small margins. So, she works, of course, Barbara works with all of the airlines and they do a lot around loyalty, but she's just sort of thinking more around, how do I emphasize that? And to Aubrey's point, and also Adam Posner's, how do we talk more about our values and how do we maybe pick a not-for-profit or something that's actually going to help to showcase our purpose and our values? And I think that's really great. And a lot of people in the room really confirmed just how important that is, who you align yourself with. And Danny Van Deen, our resident videographer, spoke about how, of course, one of the ways you can feel and engender loyalty with your customers is by showing them who you are. So creating videos, but also that points for purpose really landed really well with him. This idea of, we raise the tide together, we need to all help each other. Both as BBG members by using that platform, which if Ivan K, you can just drop the link in the chat again, that would be amazing. But if we can all help each other, but also help our
which chat, Karen? Sorry, which chat?
In the chat here. If you can drop in that link, you've got sort of something on the website where that you set up with Jeff Hirsch around. Do you want to unmute Danny and tell us what it was?
Yeah, just the loyalty program that Ivan.
Oh yes, I'll do it now. No problem. I'll do it right now.
We all should be setting up. We all should be looking as members what we can put up there. Like
exactly. I'll put it on now.
Yeah. So can we list our services on there? Can we make sure that we're all buying from each other?
Yes.
Just so we all grow great together. And then sort of look at the not-for-profits that are not a part of our community that are really needed, so certainly with what the world's gone through in the last 2 years, domestic violence is massively on the increase. We've got higher rates of homelessness. There's more all of us can do to really help that. So I thought that was really wonderful. James Cook was really interesting because he comes from a legal lawyer background. So that's what he does, working for Online Legal. And he spoke about, how legal doesn't always think about loyalty and really needs to. So he got a lot out of today. And again, really enjoyed this idea of adding value to your clients so that they do return, so that legal becomes a place of nurturing, not just I've got to go and see a lawyer. So sorry, that was my addition to that. I hope you don't mind, James Cook. So I thought that was really interesting.
In respect to that, sorry, just very quickly, Karen, in respect to that, James would be a perfect person for this forum. So James, I'm going to ask James to connect with you.
I don't think we have any lawyers. We need more lawyers.
But Alex,
Alex
definitely.
is one of our lawyers.
But James would be perfect
apologies.
Because he specializes in franchise and he's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I hope you come and join us again, James Cook. That would be incredible. And just had a really great addition to the conversations and a really considered view. As always, I really loved Lawrence's thoughts around the science behind it. So a little bit like what Natalie was saying, Brian Fine as a research scientist spoke about. I really liked the research and the science behind it. And Lawrence spoke about enjoying, again, the 4 types of personality. I was driving at that slide, and unlike Simon Holloway, I had my camera off and was like, I wasn't looking at the phone, I was focusing on driving. I'm not such a good driver as Simon, I'm sure. And so I missed that slide, but everybody was really interested in the 4 types of personality. And again, the buying and the retention. And Lawrence, you said can you unmute Lawrence and just tell us, was your daughter's working with, what is the company's name? And can you just give us a brief?
I'm unmuted. She works for a company called iSponsor, and it is a card-linked loyalty type program where they sign up. It's to help sporting clubs and charities. And basically, when you go and spend money in shops or retail outlets that have signed up, then a percentage of the turnover goes to the sporting club or the charity that you've nominated. So it's exactly points. I suppose it's competition for points for purpose, because it's purely to help. Well, they obviously iSponsor make money out of it as well, but the purpose is all about fundraising for your local club, your local charity, your local, whatever it is.
I love that. Yeah, I love the idea of iSponsor, and thanks for your addition in the comments, Gary Cobain, just about our technology uses iSponsor, because I think that's, sporting groups have really suffered, and they can so often be the heart of our community. So I thought that was really great. So that covers, and then of course we had Adam Posner popped in for a minute, and he just spoke about make sure that you've got your strategy before your structure. Don't just sort of go fast in the wrong direction. Just stop and think about your strategy first.
Love it. Thanks, Karen. That's